What do you need to believe God for? Is it finances? Is it healing? Is it God working in a family member's life? Is it God doing something in your ministry? Is it God giving you a word of direction? What do you need to believe God for today? In Luke chapter 7, we have a wonderful story about a man who believed God could do the impossible. This man was a Roman commanding officer. He was very high up in the Roman military. He was Roman, not Jewish. Romans were pagans. They worshiped a variety of gods they'd taken over from the Greeks, and even were supposed to worship the emperor. Most of them didn't really worship anything but themselves. But he feared the true and living God. In fact, he acted on it. He even helped buy and build a synagogue for the Jews. We had a servant one day who was very, very sick, and Jesus knew this servant and had a heart for him. So he had a very sick servant, and he believed Jesus would be the one who could help. So he sent some of his other servants to Jesus to ask him to come and heal his servant. So he believed Jesus could help him, but he knew he was unworthy of being helped. And so it's very interesting. In verse 7, he knew he was unworthy of being helped, but he believed Jesus had the authority to command healing for that servant. It says he comes to Jesus before Jesus gets there, and he sends some friends to Jesus to tell him, "Look, Lord, don't trouble yourself coming to my house. I'm not worthy that you should enter under my roof. Therefore, I don't even think myself worthy to come to you. But if you would just say the word, my servant will be healed." Say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I am also a man placed under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to them, "Go," and he goes, and I say to another, "Come," and he comes, and I say to my servant, "Do this," and he does it. He believed Jesus had the authority to heal. That if Jesus said something, it would happen. When Jesus heard these things, in verse 9, he marveled at him and turned around and said to the crowd that followed him, "I say to you, I haven't found such great faith, not even in Israel." Jesus was very impressed by his faith, and guess what he did? It said, and those who were sent returned to the house, and by the time they got there, the servant who'd been so very sick was healed. He believed Jesus had the authority to command healing. I want to stretch your faith today. I want you to understand that there's nothing impossible for God. And if you get the right request at the right time, if God leads you to pray with authoritative faith, God does the impossible. I've seen God heal people. I've seen God deliver people. I've seen God provide money. I've seen God provide food. God can do the impossible. I'm challenging you today to have greater faith. That if God will just speak it, if Jesus will just speak it, it will happen. What do you need to believe God for today? Have faith, believe it, and watch and see what God will do.